and I'm excited for a brand new show, MVP University, man. We're going to talk all things college sports, college football, college basketball, HBCU, everything college sports, man. So I got a stacked squad with me tonight. I got my boy Conrad with me. I got Professor Dante. I got Offset with me. We just gonna shine, man. So y'all sit beside us and enjoy the show. Yo, off script. My bad. I said off script.
I was about to say, bro. It's off script.
My bad. So y'all, you know what I'm saying? Thank y'all for joining us on MVP University, also known as MVPU. Like I said, we're gonna rock all things college sports. And first off, I want to say thank y'all for joining us. Thank you to the head honcho, Rick Sincere himself, MTMV Sports Team. Thank y'all for everybody who chime in and help us grow this brand, man. Also, but before I go any further, I want to introduce my team. Westside, let the people know who you are, man.
So what up, everybody? My name is Connie Westside, the best side, man. MTMV Sports. I am their editor. I am their videographer. I am pretty much the guy behind the scenes, but now I'm in front of the camera, man. So shout outs to you.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Professor Dante, talk to him.
I'm the professor, Dante Pryor. I write for the blog on MTMV Sports on the website. This is my third time doing the pod. So me and Westside went in about Kenny Pickett during the NFL draft. That's the other conversation. So this is good. It's football season is coming, so I'm excited.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Then I guess Mr. Off Script himself. Talk to him. Let him know. Let the people know.
Wait, hold on. Let me introduce Off Script.
My bad. Go ahead and introduce him, bro.
Introduce my dog. First off, man, shout out to Blue Bloods because he in the building. My big homie, man. Big homie, little homie, man. Scotty, you know what I'm saying? The voices of South now. The voices of Swag. The killer. You know what I'm saying? The guy that come in and tell you how it is, bro. What else, Scotty?
Hey, man, listen, I appreciate it. Let me drop a bomb. Let me drop a bomb for myself.
not the sound effects.
Let me drop a bomb for myself. No, I appreciate you guys having me on, man. Me and Connie, we text and we talk and we keep in contact. He hit me up and say, yo, come on the show. So I say less. So I'm here, man. Listen, I like to support people, and people don't think I like to support people, but I do. You know. Shout out to my boy Blue. My boy Blue in the chat. Boy Blue.
Yo, if y'all know who Blue Bloods is, Blue Bloods, he's another YouTuber, podcaster. That guy is always on the scene. I met Blue Bloods at
Legacy Bowl.
We met at the
Legacy Bowl.
Legacy Bowl, yes. So we met at Legacy Bowl. So Blue Bloods, man, you next, bro. We'll get you next, brother. So
I call that boy
be ready.
Encyclopedia. Anything you need to know, Power 5, FBS, FCS, that boy got it locked down. But let's go.
Hey, well, we need him on the show then on the ASAP. Yes, sir. So on MVP University, man, like I said, we're gonna talk all things college sports, man. We're gonna be your go-to team for all things HBCU, everything, PWI, Power 5, whatever it is with college sports, we're gonna be your go-to team. So let's get the thing started, man, with the first segment of the show called On the Yard with Professor Dante. With this segment here, he's going to kind of sort of give us some topics of what he wants to talk about, and you know what I'm saying, we're just gonna chime in on it. So Dante, talk to the people. What's on your mind, sir?
Well, I'll tell you the first thing that's on my mind because I saw that FAMU t-shirt. Who playing quarterback for y'all this fall? I didn't mean it like that. I'm curious because probably the best quarterback in program history is leaving. So who's next man up?
He left. What do you mean he's leaving? He's left.
Yeah, he gone. So who's next man up?
You see, Connie gonna have to get you right because FAMU is my bandwagon team. Okay, so I'm not an alum, I'm not a graduate, so you ain't gonna hurt my feelings talking about the situation. Let me tell you this: if Rashawn McKay is the quarterback, they ain't trying to win.
Okay.
That's all I'm gonna
Thank
say.
you. Yes, that's all I need. Yes, thank you.
Hey, Rashad,
No slander to Rashad McKay. He's my boy. I take his pictures, so no slander to you, bro.
I'm a Musa fan. I'm a Musa fan. I'm on the Musa bandwagon. I think that's the future of FAMU. But listen, I think McKay is serviceable. He's not garbage or nothing like that. I just think Musa's better. That's just it. But back to you, Professor.
So I'm a kind of a bandwagon FAMU guy myself. First of all, I think y'all got top 5 mascot in college football. I mean, it's a rattlesnake.
Most iconic.
I would say second and third best colors in college football as well. I just know the last thing I read was there were about 5 or 6 guys in camp competing for snaps. So I was just curious to see, who you thought would start. So, well, let me get started. So I got 3 things. The first thing is probably the 2 big things that have been going on this summer. First is name, image, and likeness. This explosion of name, image, and likeness. The alleged $8 million man out of Tennessee, Mr. Nico Iamaleava. I think I pronounced his last name wrong.
You did.
From him to the alleged controversy of whether or not Travis Hunter got this Barstool money or not. Not anybody's really talking about the fact that Quinn Ewers went to Ohio State to get that kombucha T deal just to go back to Texas. No shade on Quinn T deal money just to go back, but like let's not villainize people for getting this NIL money. This is what I'll say about that, and I'll throw the first thing to you guys. The market eventually is going to regulate itself, and you'll see with name, image, and likeness the same thing you see in the NFL, and that is, if y'all don't know, I want to say Sam Bradford was the last number 1 draft pick to get like big, nasty, stanky money from the NFL. And then the veterans and the league was like, wait a minute, we paying all this money to dudes who've never played a snap.
Right.
And we're not taking care of veterans. I think it'll take 1 5-star to bust out for these collectives to say, you know what, maybe we should take care of the upperclassmen who've actually proven themselves before we do this to the freshmen. And then also on top of that, it does not mask the fact that these universities are still making all this money and they're not paying players. So
let me ask you a question then, because Travis Hunter to me proved well. Hold on, Scotty. Before I say this, I don't want you to get on me. To me, Travis Hunter, he was as marketed, bro. He went out and showed his tail off in the spring game and said, "Look, I'm better than everybody on the team." To me, that's how I feel. He's better than everybody on the team. He's better than Shiloh. He's better than. Well, I don't think he's better than Nugget. I think Nugget got him, and then you got the other safety that the former 12. I forget his name, but the former 12.
Cam Silman.
Yeah, so he's number 7 now, right?
Yeah, he changed his number.
Yeah, he's number 7.
Yeah, so that's the only guy that those are the only guys that's better than him right now, I can say. But Travis Hunter definitely showed why he's Travis Hunter. So, and then on top, if to comment on Nico is not as advertised. He's the best player now in high school. I mean, we thought that with the Manny kid, Arch Manny, we thought Arch Manny was going to be the consistent number 1, but he's all right. You know what I mean?
He okay, bro. So you gotta put some respect on Arch name, bro. Like Archie is the guy. Like he's finna go to Texas and he's finna be the first freshman to really. Stop. He don't need the money. He don't need the money.
No, he's not gonna need the money. But the thing is, he's not gonna be the guy that's gonna have the money.
Bro, he's gonna get the money in Texas, bro. Texas is finna
like what money?
Texas
car dealerships?
No, bro. He's gonna get everything he wants.
I don't think Arch is gonna get money from Texas's collective, and here's why. because I don't know if you saw the last Manning commercial, but the last Manning commercial, Cooper was in the commercial, and Cooper never played it down at Ole Miss.
True.
Right, that's true.
So I think some of the deals the Mannings have are like Manning family deals. So you'll just see Arch popping up on commercials with Peyton and Eli.
True. Well, since you said like that, then you got a solid point. It may be a collective Manning deal. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So, but I do think with his name, image, and like this though, is going to eventually, it's already out of control. Like you got players leaving, going to Ohio State, then transferring to Texas, getting all this money. But like in Alabama, Bryce Young got what, a $2 million deal,
bro. But do you know how much money your boy because he's the other cat from California that's the quarterback at Ohio State,
CJ Stroud.
Yeah, CJ Stroud. Like he bro, the type of money he's seeing is crazy. He's on that Arab money tip. My script, what you got?
My question is why is it outrageous?
Why? Because it's no governing body to control it. It's no one to say, okay, this freshman is we can give out this amount of money. You know what I'm saying?
There's nobody controlling what coaches make.
Nobody.
That's different. Okay,
but coaches can come in 1 year and not prove themselves.
And dip. They can come in, they can get a whole nother job, and they can just roll out and get a whole nother payday.
But at the same time, though, these coaches kind of sort of they have a track record. They either been a DC or OC or some type of specialty coach. So it's just like in the NFL, you got special team coaches going to be head coaches. Same thing in college football. You got these coaches coming in trying to prove themselves, and most boosters, most athletic departments going to give them at least 2 to 3 years to prove themselves. Right.
So I'm glad JT. I'm glad you brought that up. Here's the thing: the NCAA, the most calamitous ruling body of any organization in the United States of America, even more calamitous than our current congressional situation. You go back to the Ed O'Bannon case when he and a group of former players sued, much to my dismay, because no more NCAA college football,
which is
hurtful. They sued over name, image, and likeness.
Mm-hmm.
There should have been one person in the NCAA office to say, you know what? Maybe we should think about what we would do if this came down the pipe again. Because the Supreme Court has been begging for someone to sue the NCAA over NIL. And I'll never cape up for Brett Kavanaugh.
That's tough. See, I don't think no one's going to sue.
They did already. That's why we got name, image, and likeness now. That's what.
I'm talking about like. I'm just talking about they're not going to sue during NIL. I don't think nobody's going to sue during NIL.
No, I think the next lawsuit you'll see, because you're right. NIL is hard to regulate because you can't collectively bargain with people who are not your employees. And not to go too deep in the weeds on this, but think about it.
Mm-hmm.
The universities are not paying these players. These are boosters and alumni forming these collectives, some of which are literally forming LLCs just to pay these guys.
That's facts.
Mm-hmm.
Because the only cats I didn't see on commercials is DJU and the Sanders brothers. I haven't seen any. I ain't seen Bryce Young on no TV commercial.
Well, he's on those car dealership commercials in Alabama.
Okay, so
you'll see it in Tuscaloosa.
But here's the thing. So you're not gonna tell these boosters how much they can pay players. That's why the market's gonna regulate itself, because the NCAA can't regulate it. So but ultimately, one or two things have to happen. Either a player is gonna get bold and say, okay, this is great. I got all these deals and I got $1 million, but I just heard the football program raked in $275 million. Why am I not getting a piece of that? And in Brett Kavanaugh's opinion, after the hearing about NIL, he basically said, if anyone wants to sue, because there's no industry in this country where people who help produce the income not get a piece of it. We did that once before. We called that slavery.
Go ahead, Scotty.
Oh, it's funny. It's funny what Professor's saying is because the Big Ten is just they're implementing. They just put an implement in place of revenue sharing with the players.
Mm-hmm.
So they're in the process of adding that to a stipulation. And Penn State, I think they're building a union. I think their players are building a union down at Penn State. I don't know how, you could probably go in that a little bit deeper, Professor, of how they would build that union and things like that. But I definitely heard that it's an article out that says Big Ten is looking to do a revenue sharing piece with the players. To me, that is huge because I promise you, if it goes into place and it happens, the SEC is going to come right behind them and do it. Because the fact is, kids are going to want to go to the Big Ten because I don't have to be a superstar to get paid.
Right.
I could be a name on. I could just be a name in the jersey. Got a scholarship, making $5,000 a month, kicking it. Just be
taking care of my family.
Because see, that was my thing. Okay, these 3-star players, these 2-star kids, they get these scholarships. That are ultimately they're going to see the field. Eventually, they're not getting this bit of money like the 5-star, the 4-star. So how are they? Like my thing was, how are they going to regulate this? Like you got a whole team full of players that's not going to get paid.
JT, how do you regulate it? I mean, honestly,
the only way you regulate it, each kid on that team is going to have to get some type of check.
I mean, keep in mind when I was playing at Arkansas, we received a check every month.
School refund check don't count, bro.
No. They gave us a little check. They gave a little chump change every month because we had to have the chump change to pay our rent. We had to have the chump change to make sure we eat a little bit, and then whatever left over, we would get like clothes and stuff. But you know what I'm saying? And then when we went to the Sugar Bowl that year, when we played Ohio State, we got a whole bunch of stuff through the Sugar Bowl.
But that's from the Sugar Bowl being endorsed, being sponsored. So the companies from these bowl games are going to sponsor you guys. They're going to give you merchandise. They're just part of the deal.
You got cost of attending, right? That's what that check was. That was the cost of attending.
Yeah, cost of attending.
Yeah. So you listen. You can't regulate it because you can't get into a collective bargaining agreement with players because the universities aren't paying the players.
Right.
So that's why the first thing that'll happen is you'll start seeing probably in the next year or two, you'll start seeing let's say CJ Stroud, for whatever reason, let's say he wins the Heisman Trophy and you win the Heisman, let's say, and they win a natty. There's no reason for CJ Stroud to stay at Ohio State. But the collector comes to CJ and say, hey, you know what? We'll give you $10 million if you stay at Ohio State this year. And then you stay. Right?
$10 million.
Well, no, I'm
just guaranteed.
Because I think what's going to start to happen is when these veterans put up numbers, these collectors are going to say, well, listen, we'll give you this deal if you sign with the school, which is a little dicey as far as the rules.
Well, I don't think they're going to sign with the school, Professor.
But they may say, hey, we have these opportunities for you if you sign with Ohio State, right?
Right. True.
But you'll see the veterans get the larger NIL deals because they're already proven. That's the closest thing you're going to get to regulation. But I think what's going to happen if the schools wants to regulate it, what they'll do, they'll start revenue sharing with players. Now, what'll happen if you revenue share with players, then the players are going to want to unionize. And the NCAA, there are too many players to have an effective union, and then that's when the universities be able to get them and regulate the salaries more heavily when they're paying the salaries.
All right, Scotty, I gotta ask you something because you was in the military as well, right? Mm-hmm. So when you was in the military, they gave you like a little salary, right? Like a little base salary, right?
And so you get paid a regular salary, and then if you have circumstances like if you get but if you get married, you get another stipend. If you're married, if you have kids that aren't married, that's a different stipend and things like that. So there's different things that they pay you on the scale, and then you get paid based off your rank. So the higher rank you are, the more you get paid as well.
So what might happen? You might see that more of a scale come into play, because when you're looking at kids trying to attend these schools, like the first thing, like a lot of the kids, I know a lot of kids that went to the military schools. Like when I was growing up, a lot of the kids went to the military schools. So they went to either Navy, they went to Air Force, whatever.
Yeah.
But because they were getting paid, to be there. So what's going to happen? They might try to implement something like the military schools. You know what I'm saying? To like the lower level players, the players that come there every week to practice with the superstars that are getting the bigger bucks and all that other stuff to make sure that superstar looks good. You know what I'm saying? That's what I foresee with the future in that.
But JT, let me say something before you move on. This is the thing I want to say when it comes to, I love what Professor's saying about you're going to see, the older kids get it, because we all know, and we've all been to college, just because you go as a freshman don't mean you'll be there as a sophomore. Just because you be there, because freshmen are really finicky. If a kid doesn't play, if a kid doesn't like the coaches, if he doesn't like the environment, it's too much for him to get up and leave. So now I've offered you $5 million to come. You stay there for a year, you don't like it, you end up dipping. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying you probably take the $5 million because it's probably a stipulation in the contract or whatever. But there's a high turnover rate for freshmen for a sophomore going to a junior, or a junior going into their senior year that wants to stay at a school. So I definitely agree with that.
So let me ask this question here, and then we'll end it right here. So let's just say the kid that comes in freshman year get all this money, transfers out. Do y'all think it will be something in place where he has to repay that? Like what do you think? Because like with this kid from Ohio State going to Texas, like bro got what, $2 million, $2 to $3 million.
Yeah, it was Aaron's or whatever his name was, Errors or something like that. I don't know. Something.
Yeah, and now he transferred after a year. So like this money he gets, do he have to repay that? Like that's something always that's intriguing me about this NIL deal, because like when people get like they get the money, and then they want to transfer out. So what now? This company, this booster's out of the money.
So with Quinn, that deal he got, the kombucha tea deal, is a national deal. But I think like Bryce Young. So Bryce Young's doing a lot of things around Tuscaloosa and that area, right? So keep something in mind. These collectives are signing these players. They're signing to be in charge of their name, image, and likeness. One way that what they're doing is they're sticking them with deals, and you might not see them on TV, but they may have personal appearances that they have to make in the area. So I signed with Florida State, and I got to do all these personal appearances around Tallahassee. I'm contractually obligated to do so. I decide Florida State sucks. I hate it here. I want to go to Syracuse. I could transfer to Syracuse, but I'm still obligated to do those appearances in Tallahassee. So either I'm transferring to Syracuse and taking a plane to Tallahassee to make these appearances, or naturally I'm in breach of contract if I don't.
Well, that's what. Wait. So that's exactly what Travis Hunter did, but instead of him getting any contracts here, because they were trying to get him like rooted here. They're like, yo, we want you here. You know what I'm saying? So when you said, yeah, you can commit to us, we want you here, and he flips, he gets flipped by by Jackson State. Those what you're talking about, he doesn't make those appearances. Now Tallahassee's out of a bunch of money, because we've been out of a bunch of money, because he's supposed to make appearances at the mall. He was supposed to be at Garden and Gold stores. He was supposed to be at all these places. You know what I mean?
I don't think he signed an official NIL deal before he got with Florida State. Now, if he got some stuff under the table, that's neither here nor there. But I'll say this: if I was a kid coming out right now, 4 or 5 star, I would have the best damn agent in my life, because you have to put so many particular things in your contract that says, hey, if I leave, I don't get affected, or it maybe I have to get back 10%, or maybe I'll cut my losses, or whatever you give me, or maybe take it out or payments, or like 1 month, or maybe like every 4 or 5 or 6 months I get a payment of $2 million. It has to be something like that, because you don't want to get stuck holding a bill of $2 million that you got to pay back.
Facts. Hey man, I appreciate it. That's a good segment there, man. We're gonna have to continue that on our chat, man. NIL is really like taking over. Like
it's the Wild Wild West. That's what they said.
Right, and then not to mention what the high school kids finna get, like Mikey Williams. He's only a
oh my
senior in high
God,
school.
Mikey Williams is for the he's making so much money now.
Up.
You know how much he's worth?
He's worth
Mikey Williams is worth $10 million right now. Just
he's
out the
like,
gate.
and he's a senior in high school, bro.
Senior in high school, bro.
So it's only gonna get worse. And then I can only imagine when Bronny gets there, what he's gonna be worth.
And you know what? He might go to HBCU just cause.
Hey, I hope Bronny do, man. Bronny, come to the HBCU game, bro. Mikey, come to the HBCU game. We need y'all here, man.
And I wouldn't do it. I'm trying to get $10 million, and they ain't no HBCU.
hey, bro. Well, true.
Go ahead,
But
go
know.
ahead, Scotty. That's what I was waiting for. Go ahead. Tell me what I want to hear.
I wouldn't do it. Listen. It's about like. It's not some things aren't about culture, right? If I'm Mikey Williams now, if my family's taken care of and I'm just trying to make it or whatever, I'm trying to start like Travis Hunter. If I'm trying to start a wave or whatever, okay, cool. I'll take on that shoulder burden and I'll go that way. But if I'm trying to get paid, I'm not going to no HBCU. They ain't gonna pay me.
Bro, you don't know that though. We don't know that.
No,
but you know what? You know what?
Don't do it. Don't do it.
Wait,
JT,
listen.
Don't do it, JT.
Listen.
Okay.
We're gonna say this conversation for the HBCU show in a couple of weeks. you gonna come back. Our script, come on back on our HBCU segment, and we're gonna chop it up. Cause you talking to HBCU. I attend HBCU. Conrad attended HBCU. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna talk about this because HBCU is near and dear to my heart.
I'm gonna say one thing and we're gonna let it go. Your ass, listen, that's more than half these schools' budget, and you think they gonna find a way to pay Mikey Williams $10 million? You take a week to figure that out and come back
drop a clues bomb. Drop a clues bomb, please.
No, listen. If Mikey Williams is going to bring publicity to my university, they're gonna find their money. Mm-hmm. They're gonna find it,
bro. Look, you have to have a Dion.
What's your university?
Find money.
I want Bethune-Cookman.
Oh, they ain't got no money. I've been. Boy, them dorms look like prison walls. Are you kidding?
Bro, go ahead and tell. Give me the clues ball, bro. I need one more.
Stop playing with me right now.
Bethune, and then I'm from Albany, Georgia, so Albany State. You know what I'm saying? Hey, listen, they're gonna get the money somehow, some way. Right. Anyway,
JT, what we got next?
I promise half Daytona Beach. Go ahead. I'm sorry,
bro. I lived in Daytona. I'm from Daytona, bro. They ain't for the give test.
Now he ain't
they gonna give the NASCAR.
yeah, he gonna be on the NASCAR track. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Right.
So man, I appreciate y'all fellows chiming in. Professor Dante, thank you for the very first inaugural segment of On the Yard with Professor Dante, man. That was dope. Next thing, man, we're gonna do a little film session. And film session is when we're gonna preview for the first couple of weeks of the show, we're gonna preview like different conferences. This week is ACC. So we're gonna chime in on ACC, what we think about it. And I got some quotes here from ACC Media Day that I'm going to ask you guys a couple of questions about. So Conrad, he's a Florida State guy who hasn't won nothing since I don't know when.
Shut up, bro.
Winston.
Yes, well, since Winston stole the crab legs, but hey, anyway,
bro, your coach was on a boat humping the doggone fish. I don't want to hear
Anyway. So let's talk about the ACC, man. So for the past couple of years, Clemson been the top dog. It's been Clemson.
Hey, hold on. Go ahead and read what these.
We're gonna have to do it. Hey man, it's some good bakers down there. Hey, some good cake shops,
bro. Hey, they're gonna host a little event at Bethune Grill.
hey, they're gonna have some at Mainline High School. Vince Carter gonna come through and everything, bro. He gonna listen.
Vince Carter ain't coming back to dog Daytona. He don't even like that.
He's gonna make it.
Okay.
But anyway, so for the past couple of years, Clemson has been the team. You know what I'm saying, dominating the ACC. Last year we had the first time, new winner. Pitt came through. Wake Forest is now stepping up. So I want to get y'all take on the state of the ACC. Do y'all think Clemson is going to be able to bounce back this year? What do y'all think about Miami? Who do y'all think is the underdog this year that will kind of sort of come through and either dethrone Pitt or eventually just wipe away Clemson altogether? Conrad, I'm gonna start with you, bro.
Man, I'm starting with my guys, man, and here's why, man. I think because when we hit the transfer portal this year, we hit it hard, bro. We got some guys that came from came from schools that, what I'm saying, that They can't. We got some guys from UCF, man. We got Bethune out of UCF. We got Verse out of Albany State.
Why you lying? Go ahead. I'm sorry.
So yeah, I'm going to start it off with us. I think we're going to become a good contender, man. I've been watching the guys. Micah Pittman out of Oregon. We just got a couple pieces that not a lot of people are thinking about. But I'm hoping that Jordan Travis will take hold of the offense and we can go ahead and become an 8-win team. Another underdog team I think we need to look out for is NC State. NC State, they're returning a lot of people from NC State. And I tell you what, man, I think NC State is going to be one of Blue Bloods. Don't want to ask you, bro. Shut up. Don't want to ask you anything.
You know he knows.
First off,
he
talk about 6-6. I don't want to hear that.
Hey, Will. Hey, I think so too, bro. I think Miami got it right.
6-6.
Bro, and I don't think Miami's going to win anything.
What?
Miami's been doing the same two-step for years. They get a new coach, get excited about this coach. Coach will, he knows the area. He knows the kids there. Blah, blah, blah. 6-6.
Hey, listen. Hey, Blue. Hey, I remember when Crystal Ball got the job and Blue said he's a hell of a recruiter. That's the first thing he said. He said Crystal Ball is a hell of a recruiter. So don't be surprised in the next 1 or 2 years if Miami takes that jump.
So go ahead.
No, go ahead, Justin. You good?
I was gonna say, honestly, I think Miami may make that jump this year, bro. I see them as an 8-win team this year, bro. Like, I think they have enough pieces there to kind of sort of contend. I don't think they'll be a dominant force in the ACC, but I think they'll kind of sort of be a team that will be, I ain't gonna say feared, but they're gonna have people, on the ropes. Another team that people won't be sleeping on, Wake Forest. Wake Forest returning a lot of players.
Bro, go ahead. Give me one, bro. Give me one, bro. I need it.
Just said. He said I'm gonna come unglued. And you said it. It was just perfect timing. It was too funny. That's why I thought it was perfect. Go ahead. I'm sorry,
bro.
Bro, their powers is not combining this year. I don't want to hear that,
bro. Wait for it. I ain't gonna say they'll be a powerhouse, but they gonna do what they did last year.
No, I'm telling you. No, this is how Wake Forest operate. They get a couple seniors, their powers combine. They form Captain Planet for a little bit. Captain Planet gets beat by somebody that's actually stronger than him, and that's what happens. There's no powers combining this year.
Hey, I think Wake Forest will be a good team. Hey, but I'm really ready to see what Clemson gonna do. Is DJ
Clemson's dead, bro.
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Dead, bro.
As long as Dabo's there, I don't think they're dead.
Dabo shown. He's showing us that he can't handle NIL, so he's gonna lose a lot of his players.
Well, I mean, since we're here just throwing out random teams, let me just throw out another random team. I mean, listen, I think Syracuse is gonna have a chance.
Shut up.
I think Syracuse is gonna have a legit chance. I mean, we just throwing out teams, right?
No. This is legit.
No one mentioned Louisville. I think Louisville is gonna be a tough one because they got Cunningham.
Well, okay.
I really think Clemson may be the team that comes back though. I think Clemson may be a team that I'm going to go on record right now and say Clemson going to win the ACC this year.
That's not saying much.
Oh wow. So I've been listening. I do write for another publication. I was a little offended by OFFSCRIPT's and Westside's indictment of the ACC because I cover the ACC for this other publication. It's because when we were picking, I was sick and I drew the short straw. But so I listened to what everybody said. So the ACC, every team in that conference has legitimately huge question marks. Every team. Like every team in that conference has glaring imperfections. So
are we getting spam right now?
Yeah.
I heard Florida State. Florida State has no juice. They have no juice in recruiting. I like Jordan Travis. I think he's decent, but who is he going to throw to? Who is he going to hand the ball off to? And the offensive line has.
Hold on. Pookie, we got. He's throwing the ball to Pookie Wilson. He's throwing the ball to Micah Pittman.
Shoot.
Micah Pittman wasn't a top 10 receiver in the Pac-12. I don't see him being that much better in. I agree with the Blue Bloods. He is correct. Tyler Hudson is the best wide receiver in the ACC. Here's the thing. So Florida State may get 6 this year, but they're not a contender. I don't think Miami's a contender this year. Long term, I question Mario Cristobal because of what he wasn't able to do at Oregon. He stacked classes at Oregon. How many playoff appearances does he have to show for all those stacked classes? How many conference championships does he have to show for those? Yeah, Justin Herbert is one of the best young quarterbacks in the league this year.
Yeah.
How good was he when he was at Oregon?
Yeah, he's making it like a horrible loss right there.
But I will say this: if he lets Josh Gaddis run that offense, look out for Miami, because I think Miami probably arguably has the best quarterback in the conference with Tyler Van Dyke.
I agree with that one.
Wake Forest can't stop nobody. It's never been able to stop anybody.
we are smoking on Wake Forest Pack all the time.
I love they are fun to watch because every game is going to be like 48-45. But you saw what happened when they went to Clemson last year, and Clemson had no offense last year.
None.
They got mauled by Clemson. My concern about Pitt, I like Pitt. I love the D-line. One of the best names in college football, Habakkuk Baldonado, DN for Pitt. But that is true. Blue Blood. Did they went to the Rose Bowl? Did they win that Rose Bowl? I don't remember.
They won that Rose Bowl.
They didn't go to the playoff though. And listen,
they should have went to the playoff.
Nothing in college football matters but the college football playoff. We know this.
You're
right. But
true.
Pitt is casting their chips on a quarterback who hasn't been healthy in 2 seasons, in Keaton Slovis. And you're bringing in Frank Cignetti to replace Mark Whipple at OC. And Slovis thrived in an air raid offense at USC the 1 year he was healthy because he came from an air raid offense in high school. Cignetti doesn't run air raid. And I question Slovis's zip. So thank you. And hope and Herbert is a flat stud in San Diego.
Encyclopedia.
Now I will. This is why I like Clemson. Because Clemson's defensive line. Get ready for the shotgun off script.
All right, I got you.
I think it's better than the D line that they had when they won a national championship.
Ooh, that is a title right there. Let me double up.
Now, let me read you a list real quick. Will Shipley, Kobe Pace, EJ Williams, Brandon Spector, Will Taylor, DJU, Brian Brzee, Tyler Venables, Landon Zanders, Xavier Henry, Xavier Thomas, KJ Henry. Those are all of the players that missed significant time or the entire season due to injury for Clemson. Yeah. They had 28 scholarship players at the Cheez-It Bowl and still won 10 games. Now, I know people, they own Devin Leary for NC State. Here's my thing about Devin Leary and NC State. He's going to have no Ricky Pearson, no Zonovan Knight to hand the ball to, no Emeka Emezi to throw the football to, and no Ike Ekwonu blocking for him. So we'll see what that looks like without all that talent around him. I'll give you a sneaky team, North Carolina.
I thought you were about to say Syracuse. I'm about to say exactly.
Hey, wait a minute. I'm gonna tell you because I did Syracuse's preview. They got, first of all, Sean Tucker may be the best running back in the ACC. But
okay,
scratch your head. Listen,
hey, Sean Tucker was nice, bro. He's nice.
Listen, consider.
I muted his mic because I didn't want to hear that foolishness. Listen,
one of my favorite ESPN shows of all time, Brother Westside, Numbers Never Lie. Listen, if if Syracuse can find one wide receiver that can run fast and straight, with that one, listen, they have two really good running backs. You're gonna have to respect the run game. Garrett Schrader now he's gonna have to be able to like actually complete a pass as well. That because it's gonna be a special prep offense. Don't be surprised if they use a lot of those Coastal Carolina option philosophies in their offense this year. The question with Syracuse is they're usually halfway decent. I know, Blue Bloods. I'm talking about Syracuse football. Don't get me started on Duke football. No, they won't win 7 games. But I think they may be a little trouble offensively. But overall,
hey, Blue,
I would say,
Blue, you want to take that bet?
I will say,
talk to me.
I do like Clemson. If Will Shipley and Kobe Pace stay healthy, and the Tigers can run the football, I don't really know how they're going to throw the football this season. I don't like the mix of receivers they have. Mm-hmm. Like they don't have the what was my guy's name? When they won a national championship, slot receiver, little dude, future wide receiver for the New England Patriots. I can't.
Oh, you talking about
Amendola?
No, not Amendola.
Hunter Renfrow.
Hunter Renfrow. They don't have a Hunter Renfrow. I do think with the new OC they'll throw to the tight end more. DJ, I agree. I like North Carolina. I'm curious to see who's going to win that job. The last thing I read, I think Drake Mays is kind of the front runner for the job, but they've got 2 really good, solid prospects at quarterback in North Carolina. They've got some really good receivers who didn't take the step last season, but they get a receiver next to Josh Downs. I think North Carolina can be dangerous. But here's the thing about any quarterback in the league with this defensive line at Clemson. Man, it's hard to complete passes when you're on your back.
Yeah.
And I think Clemson can win the ACC like Georgia won the SEC.
Thank you. Good pick. That's my pick.
I like Clemson.
Clemson is my pick because I think this is going to be the year they bounce back. I think this is the year they make the playoffs. I'm going on record and saying this again. Clemson will make the playoffs.
I do like Miami, but here's my concern about the Hurricanes. You lose somewhere in the neighborhood of 200 plus targets close to without Mike Hartley and Charleston Rambo, and you're casting your chips on a receiver and Frank Ladson who didn't stay healthy at Clemson. So like you got 2 teams with Pitt and Miami who's really casting a lot of their hopes on guys who didn't stay healthy at their former schools. And I think that's might do them in. And I love TVD. I like Jalen Knighton. I think Miami's going to have a really good defense. One thing that Cristobal is going to preach is physicality in the trenches. They're going to be tough. A lot of publications have like Clemson beating Miami in the ACC championship game. I could see that.
Gotcha.
I think that's possible.
So I'm glad you said that because I got a quick question. I want to do a quick pivot real quick. So You know how SEC, how USC and UCLA are going to the Big Ten. Mm-hmm. On the media day, the commissioner said he wants to see a healthy NCAA neighborhood, not just 2 or 3 gated communities. Do y'all think the ACC is going to join forces with someone? How you see this playing out with the ACC and other conferences?
So this is what I see. If Florida State just they just parted ways with FAMU in their research and engineering program. So if Florida State takes that, I think they go to the Big Ten because Big Ten money is a little bit different than SEC money. See, Big Ten money is they go into the research programs and all that other stuff. So you want to go to the Big Ten, that way you can. It's like choosing Stanford over Harvard. I think you go the Harvard route with Florida State. If Harvard's calling your name, you go to Harvard, and Harvard is the Big Ten. Stanford is SEC, where you go to. They're pretty smart, but you know, I mean, you know, you want to get like you still gonna get football money. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is. So I think Florida State, University of Miami, and North Carolina, because of the research that they do as far as their programs go, I think they should go Big Ten. Now, if they decide, hey, let's go ahead and slide down and go SEC, they should go SEC. A school that needs to go SEC will be Clemson. Clemson needs to go SEC.
But do you think that the SEC will join forces with like the Big 12 or the ACC?
For what?
No. So listen.
What?
Jim Phillips said what he said because he's the commissioner of the ACC, but he knows the ACC is in trouble. Let's start number one. Their ESPN deal is awful.
It's 50-50.
It's terrible. What do you mean it's awful? Bro, I couldn't get any of the games. I couldn't even get any of our local games here in Tallahassee.
Yeah. So number one, the deal runs until 2036. And the ACC school, their payout is a fraction of what Big Ten and SEC schools are getting. Now, here's the thing: you got to be wanted.
And talk about how expensive it is to get out of it. It's like expensive.
And
it's not that expensive to get out.
They're only.
Yes, it is.
Scotty, come on. It's not that
Scotty,
expensive to get out. If you say it's a fraction to get out of it, it's a fraction to get out.
No.
I have a theory.
Go ahead.
I have a theory about that. What if there's no ACC? Then what deal is there to get out of it?
That's the only thing. That's the only thing that these schools have to look for.
Because
if you leave individually, you're paying, I think, over like $100 million to get out of your ACC deal.
And there are two schools who could pay that. But do they want to? There are two schools that Florida State can't pay that.
We got the money.
Florida State does not have the money.
Florida State has old money. I don't care what anybody says. We got the money.
Florida State does not. Florida State
we
does
have
not
old
have the
money, bro.
If Florida State has the money, then why does Florida State have the worst football facilities in the state of Florida?
We don't have the worst. What are you talking about? We don't have the worst. Worse?
Yeah.
Bro, we have an indoor field. We're going to have our second indoor field coming soon. We just redid the doggone locker room. We got some of the best facilities in America. What are you talking about?
Your second indoor field is your first football only field. Because the indoor field is a multi-purpose field. Doak Walker Stadium has needed upgrades for 20 years almost. Florida State has been run like a mom and pop shop for too long. That's why Jimbo left, because Jimbo wanted more facilities, more money put into football, and they didn't have it. And Florida State just reported a 0 fiscal year in 2020. They were operating at a loss since I covered the ACC, man. Since Bobby Bowden was there. I mean, no, and I'm not throwing shade at you because because growing up,
Professor come with the heat, man.
Professor, when we win 10 games this year, your pack is going to smoke. Your pack is going to hit hard, bro. Your pack is going to hit the hardest.
And because Florida State's athletic department has been run so poorly, that's why they fell behind Florida and Miami. And Miami's in the situation they're in because they just got crucified by the NCAA with violations. And in many ways, and just FYI, I read Cam Mutiny this summer. In many ways, the football team succeeded in spite of the university and administration really not wanting the University of Miami to succeed. They were just like, "Oh, we're good at football, so let's just ride it."
He said, he said, who many people wanted y'all to succeed?
I hate you so much right now.
hey, but OFFSCRIPT come with the background.
You are welcome back anytime because you are making this show better. Just because you just I love it.
Right, go ahead, Professor.
Man, hey, bro, Professor, you dropping some knowledge, bro. Bro, he's dropping some heat. Woo. Man, this is gonna be an interesting show here, bro.
Teeth. All I see is a smile.
He's frozen. He's dropping so much heat. He's frozen.
Bro, it's his mainframe going.
Man, listen, man, this is the very first episode, man, and I appreciate y'all for checking us out, bro. MVP University, man, we're gonna be here for a long time. Like, this is the first episode. We're gonna grow. The team's gonna grow. Shout out to my boy OFFSCRIPT for coming through, man. You know, hey, bro, anytime you free, anytime we got a show, bro, coming through.
No problem.
Anytime.
Oh man. That's funny.
You know, so real quick, Let's pick them real quick. I'm taking notes. Who do y'all got winning the ACC this year?
No, I'm not ever. I'm never, ever, ever. I am never. You don't even try. We don't even do green, orange, and blue. We don't do that. I'm sorry.
That's funny.
I'll never be a lizard.
Realistically, I gotta go with Clemson. That's just realistically. I mean, I'm a big U fan, like, you know, because a lot of the cat, you know, Michael Irvin. So I'm a big U fan. But and I would like the U to get back to where it was, but right now I'm gonna go with Clemson.
Okay.
I'm gonna go NC State just because how the program's being ran right now. I think it's going to be a good move for the ACC to have NC State be one of the top teams.
Wow, you got your alma mater shirt on, but you can't even pick your alma mater. That's sad.
Shut up! I don't want to hear that.
Yes, Professor. Who you got winning the ACC, bro?
I like Clemson. Clemson is the only team in that conference that can win a 14-10 game. I don't know if Mr. DJ Uiagalelei is going to last the whole season at quarterback. But man, that defense is, I mean, that front seven, I mean, with Brzee and Thomas and KJ Henry, man, they're going to be as close to unblockable as we've seen in a long time. It don't even matter how good the secondary is, because quarterbacks are going to find it difficult to have time to throw. I think Tyler Van Dyke balls out for Miami and gets them to only their second conference championship game since they've been a member of the ACC. But yeah, I like Clemson. And I don't know if there's a team who's good enough offensively to beat them.
Interesting.
Clemson,
So OFFSCRIPT got Clemson.
We'll talk about that offline.
Offset got Clemson. Westside got NC State. Professor got Clemson.
Hey, Offset, when you drop your next album, Offset.
And listen, man, you know Quavo he been bugging.
I said Offset again, bro. I'm tripping. OFFSCRIPT. My bad, bro. I see off, and that's the first thing coming to my mind.
Offset.
So we got three Clemson and one NC State. So we're gonna keep track of this at the end of the season. We're gonna come back to it.
What'd you pick?
I said Clemson.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear you. Okay.
Yeah, I'm going Clemson. I think DJ, you gonna have a good season. Like Professor said, I think that the defense is gonna be one to be reckoned with, and who's gonna stop them. So I do got an underdog though. I do have an underdog.
Hey man, wait,
North
hold on.
Carolina.
Shout out to C Micah. C Micah came through, bro. Thank you, bro. We
C Micah, not the same
we're trying to
podcast.
get
What's
y'all
up, bro?
Man. That's what we're trying to do, man. Shout out to Will Davis. He said he's going to do Clemson over Miami for the title. And then Blue Bloods.
Right. You're damn right, Blue. We not playing with them Bamas. You know what I'm saying? Stop playing with us, man.
Hey,
bro, y'all never gonna win the Big Ten. I just want to let you know.
Time.
We there for the money.
Listen, they're not gonna win the Big Ten. And Maryland's athletic department is almost as poorly run as Florida State's. But this season, they got a couple dudes. No, Virginia Tech may not even go to a bowl this year, DJ. I'm sorry. Their roster's gutted. They let the best quarterback on the team transfer to Tennessee.
Right.
I don't know who's playing quarterback. I don't know who he gonna hand it to, and I don't know who he gonna throw it to. Brent Pry has got a lot of work to do, and I've always thought Frank Beamer, much like Mike Gundy out in Oklahoma State and Spurrier down in Florida, think he's made Virginia Tech look like an easier job than it really is.
Ooh,
I mean, even geographically.
Wow.
No, I mean, see, I do. I don't think it's as easy a job as people make it out to be.
It's not. It's not palatable geographically. Like, no one wants to go to Lynchburg. First off, Lynchburg.
And it's closer to Tennessee than it is the Atlantic Coast.
Right.
Like, for example, so geographically, it's kind of out of the way, and Beamer was able to really get in good with those high school coaches in the Virginia Tidewater area. Yeah,
they're in Blacksburg, right? I'm sorry, why is
yeah,
that
they're in Blacksburg. Lynchburg, that's Liberty.
That's Liberty. That's what it was. Okay.
Yeah.
Liberty's in Lynchburg.
I was just gonna let you be wrong.
Liberty's in Lynchburg.
Liberty's in Lynchburg, Virginia. Yeah.
Shout out to my Christians out there.
Yeah.
I think now with Mac Brown at North Carolina, man, it's gonna be hard. And he's got on the low, he's got Dre Bly, who's from that area, helping recruit the Virginia Tidewater area. Mm-hmm. It's gonna. I think Virginia Tech, they put money in football, they put money in recruiting, but Coach Beamer just had that thing that he was able to go and get guys like Mike Vick, and his brother Marcus. So and even back in the day, he got Antonio Freeman and Bruce Smith to come out there. I think it's a tougher job than people think it is.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever happened to Marcus Vick? Did he ever do anything?
I think Marcus Vick, he went to jail for a little bit. And now he's just chilling.
Okay, cool.
Take the case for Michael Vick anyway, but we ain't gonna talk about that.
Right?
Yeah, that's not.
Hey man,
but anyway.
I was going. Hey man, look,
go ahead.
Man, I just want to say, man, thank y'all for joining us, man. Before you go, man, make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you follow us on all platforms with MTMV, but we will be dropping the platform for MVP University. Man, Dante, tell them where they can find you.
You can find me on a couple different places. So at Twitter, you can find me at Pastor DDP. Check the MTMV. I was. We can have that conversation offline.
Don't do.
I don't play volleyball very well. I'm not a good volleyball player. That I don't do well. So you catch me on Twitter. Also, you can catch me on the blog site. I'm gonna start writing again this week. So my class is over this week, so I'm gonna start writing this week. And also, you can catch me on SaturdayBlitz.com, where I write there as well, covering the ACC.
All right, Scotty, tell them where they can find you, my boy.
Oh man, if you can't find me, you ain't looking hard enough. You can find me on Instagram.
Bro, go ahead and hit you with a bomb, bro. You know you wasn't pressing.
I was about to, but I ain't gonna do it.
Do it. I need that bomb, bro. Come on. Damn, there you go.
OFFSCRIPT_TV on Instagram and OFFSCRIPT_viz on IG. You can find me on YouTube at OFFSCRIPT. You know what I'm saying? So,
and the way you can find me, so usually you can get a pigeon and tie the note to the pigeon's leg and just kind of just throw it up there. I usually get them, so you know what I'm saying. So shout out to the pigeon gang. You know what I mean? So that's how you can find me.
Next.
I'm serious. I'm anonymous, bro. I don't give my stuff out.
I don't know how to even follow that.
I'm so anonymous.
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at _MVPJT. I don't have any pigeons flying around me, or doves. So yeah, Conrad, that was real awkward, bro.
Bro, okay. So if y'all know, I'm on the full 94. We on Mondays at 8:30. But I don't tell everybody my follow links because I think it's awkward. So just if you find me, you find me. Hi.
Okay. On that note, guys, thank y'all for checking us out, man. Next week we got a packed episode for you guys. We'll be dropping our link to our Twitter soon. Join us back next week for another episode of MVP University. And your boy JT signing out.
Yes, sir.